Hello students. Today we are going to revise LED blinking pattern, which we have already seen. But before that, we are going to discuss. We are going to revise actually first how to do it in Tinkercad. So for that, we need to open Tinkercad. So tinkercad.com. Okay. Then there you have to click to the circuits, and as we need to create new circuit, so here I'm going to click on create new circuit. Fine. So before revising the LED pattern, LED blinking patterns, first we will again see how to connect this. First we will start with blinking with one LED. So for that we need first one Arduino Uno, then just drag it. Then we are going to use one LED. So as we know, there are two terminals of LED. This is cathode and this one is anode. So cathode is negative terminal. So that means we need to give a ground or negative supply to the cathode and anode to the positive. Anode is a positive terminal. Fine. So if we are going to connect this diode LED directly to the Arduino Uno board, then it may damage. So we are going to connect first one resistor to the LED. Fine. So we have already discussed what are the measurements, what are the calculations we need to do for this resistor. Okay. So here I am randomly connecting one resistor. I'm connecting this resistor and connecting this LED to the terminal 13. Can you see? This is terminal number 13, pin number 13. So I'm connecting this LED to the pin number 13, and cathode terminal of LED is connected to the ground. Fine. So if I need to blink this LED, then I need to write some code. Okay. Before simulating this. So here click on code. After in code, go to the text. Here it will ask you, are you sure you want to close the blocks editor? Okay. So I'm clicking on continue, and here code is already written. We'll discuss what this code is. First we need to define. So hash define. First we need to define what are we going to use here. So here we have used one LED. So I'm going to define that LED. Okay. So at which pin number we have connected LED? That is pin number 13. So here we need to define pin number 13. So here this LED is not a case sensitive. You can write it in small letters also. Okay. So I have defined, we are using LED. Then again in programming, there are two things which we need. First one is void setup. First one is void setup. In void setup, what we are going to do here, we are going to say which components are we have used and what are their modes. Is that component is used as input, is in input mode or output mode. So in void setup, see, we need to write here void setup. In curly bracket, we need to enter what is the pin mode of this LED. So pin and mode. So which pin number we have connected LED? That is pin number 13. And LED here, the LED will act as a output component. Therefore, we have written here output. So pin number 13 or LED will act, will give us output. So that's why it is mentioned as pin mode in bracket 13. 13 is nothing but this pin number. Here we can write as LED also. Okay. We can write as LED also. Whatever name we have given here, whatever we have defined here for the pin number 13, that we can write here, or else we can mention the pin number also. So that will act as output. Fine. Now, after this, we need to give this colon mark, semicolon mark. Fine. That is so much important. After void setup, curly bracket will be done. Then we are coming to the actual programming, that actual programming is done in void loop. So here what we are going to do is, here again in curly bracket we are going to write a program for the blinking of this LED. And what we have written is digital write. Now why this digital word is used here? Because all these pins are digital pins. That's why here we have written as digital write. Right, because LED will act as an output device. That's why we have written it here as a write. The command is digital write. So at pin number 13, it will be high for some time. Digital write pin number 13, that means this LED will glow. The signal to this LED will be high for some duration. And what will be that duration? That duration will be 1000 microsecond. Okay, sorry, 1000 millisecond, that is nothing but 1 second. Fine. So for 1 second we are going to glow this LED. After that, again we are going to, what we are going to do is that LED will be off for again 1 second. So for that I need to repeat the same instruction, that is digital write pin number 13, that is our LED will be low. For how much time? The delay given is 1000 millisecond, that is for 1 second. Fine. So there are three things. First, we need to define which component we are using. Then in void setup, we need to define how we are using that component. Is that, will that act as input or output? So here LED is an output component. So here we have defined its mode is output. In void loop, we are actually going to write the program. So that program is for blinking this LED. We are making this LED. We are going to glow this LED for a second. After that, we are going to make it. We are going to provide it low signal again. So it will blink. Fine. So let us simulate and we'll check. So see, this LED is blinking for some time, as you can see. So it will glow, it will be on and off, on and off. Fine. So I will stop simulation. So similarly, what we need to do is, today we are going to see LED patterns. So likewise, we are going to connect three LEDs here. Okay. And one after one, three LEDs will be glowing. Okay. So that is LED blinking pattern program. Here I have connected three LEDs. I have selected different colors. So here the color of this LED is orange. Okay. Color of this LED is white and green. So here we have chosen three LEDs, and we can change the color of this LED by clicking here. Okay. If I want blue, so I can make it blue here. Okay. So this is green. Fine. Now what we did, all the cathode means negative terminals of all the LEDs, we have connected to the ground. Okay. And anode terminal, to the anode terminal we have connected resistor, and all these anode terminals are connected to the digital pins of this Arduino Uno board via these resistors. Okay. So in program we need to specify to which pin number each LED is connected. Okay. Fine. So we are going to see how coding is to be done. So go to the click on code, and in code you need to select text. So as here, we have connected three LEDs. So we have defined LED 1. This will be LED 1, which is connected to again pin number 30. Okay. Then second LED, that I will mention as LED 2, that is connected to pin number 9. Okay, that's why I have mentioned here 9. Third LED is connected to pin number 4. Okay, that's why I mentioned here LED 3, 4. Okay, so this is our first area where we have defined which components we have used. Here we have used 3 LEDs. Therefore, we have mentioned as LED 1, 2, and 3. And we have mentioned their respective pin numbers. Okay. Now in programming, in void setup, again, we need to define mode of these LEDs. So all these LED will glow. So these are connected, these LEDs are connected in output mode. So again, as previous program, as we have seen in previous program, here we need to define their pin mode as LED 1, comma output. So LED 1 will show us output. Okay. Same LED 2 will also show us output, and LED 3 will also show us output. So this is the void setup. After that, in void loop, we are actually going to write the program. Okay. So what that program was, as we have seen in previous program, there we need to write digital write. This is a command. So why we have mentioned here as digital? Because we have connected these LEDs to the digital terminals. And write means, why we have mentioning here as write, WRIT, write, because these LEDs are output components. Okay. So first LED will glow. We are going to provide the signal high for 1 second. Okay. Therefore, we have written as digital write LED 1, comma high. That means LED 1 will glow for how much duration? The delay given for the LED 1 is 1 second, 1000 milliseconds. Okay. After that, first LED will be off. So again, what we have written, digital write LED 1 will be low for again 1000 milliseconds. Same thing, these 4 lines we have copied for LED 2 and LED 3 again. LED 2 will be high for 1000 milliseconds, and again it will be low for 1000 milliseconds. Same thing is for LED 3. It will be high for 1000 milliseconds and low for 1000 milliseconds. This program will be repetitively simulating. So we'll see simulation, how it occurs. So first our orange LED should glow, after that white, and then green LED should glow. So let us see. See, orange, green, yes, orange, white, and green LEDs are glowing. So likewise, you can change the program. You can change the delay, duration of delay, for how much time you want that LED to be on or off. You can change that delay here. Okay. Or else what you can do is you can blink, you can glow 2 LEDs, first 2 LEDs. After that, when those 2 LEDs will be off, you can glow third LED also. So like that, you can do various variations. You can take variations in the program, and you can check how these LEDs are blinking as per your program. Fine. So fine, students. So we have seen here LED blinking pattern. So here we have used 3 LED, orange, white, and green. So let us meet in next video. We will see how we will see next program. Fine. I will stop simulation here. So likewise, you also see how your program is running. Fine. Thank you. Bye bye, students.